This is my review of Dr. Stone, Chapter 109, Great Escape. And goddamn, I just love you, Suka. I mean, she's bouncing around. She puts on the camouflage cover, which, oh my god, I love this line. They actually have to ask Senku, but it doesn't turn it invisible, does it? After everything Senku's done, they would not actually be that surprised if he could literally turn things invisible, which, hell, he might end up doing that at some point down the road. I can certainly see that happening. Anyway, so she decides, now that she's got cover, she just needs to make a distraction, and Jinro can escape. I mean, he doesn't, but well, he doesn't right away anyway. And so she just bashes around, knocking everything over. It's just absolutely hilarious. And then when they finally do catch her, it's only her helmet, which she somehow manages to save. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it's certainly convenient for her. Otherwise, she'd be going around blind, which, another interesting point, she drove this amphibious vehicle, which is basically a tank, down the boat, across the sea, and onto land, as a child who is essentially blind. Did you forget the whole thing where she has the fuzzy eye disease, so she can't actually see anything? Yeah, so she's essentially blind right here. And yet she pilots a tank. She didn't even see Senku popping in behind her, because she's like, who's rubbing my head? And she's like, oh, Senku, it's you, hi! Jesus Christ, I love this girl. Jinro, not so much. Not so much. So his first plan is to escape on his own, or as he calls it, his ultimate move, not my problem. And then as he's about to jump over the boat, he realizes, oh, I need to bring my brother. I'm sure Senku can fix him up. So his plan is to bring this, I don't know, 200, 300 pound stone statue into the ocean and somehow carry it onto land where he will somehow find Senku. All the while abandoning Suka, but that's beyond the point. He was about to die right here. He was literally about to die right here if he'd actually gone through with this, if he actually tried floating his stone brother in the ocean. That would have ended very poorly for all parties involved. And then we get a little peek into what good old Kinro is thinking about. He can't see, he can't hear, but he knows his brother will do what's best. If he just thinks hard enough, he knows his brother will understand what he wants. He should do the right thing right now, and I know this is really late in the game, but I just want to talk about it right now. What the freaking hell have they gone through? I mean, think about this. It was, let's say, a couple hours of them trapped in stone, not hearing, seeing, feeling, or anything, really. I mean, how have they not gone insane? More importantly, how have the modern dayers not gone insane? I mean, Senku, he's a genius, he's brilliant, whatever. I could see him possibly surviving this. But the other people, the normal, ordinary people, how the freak do they not have a complete mental breakdown 20 times over? They have done experiments like this, literal experiments, where they put someone in a room, they take away all of their senses, and they say, let's see what happens. Bad things, really bad things happen. They hallucinate, they go insane. One person thought they were being shot over and over again by ping pong balls. Another person thought the room was filling up with dogs. You can't just take away all of the input to the brain and expect it to be okay. It will literally break. Literally. That experiment was supposed to go on for a month. They had to stop it after like 2 days because they realized, oh God, we broke these people. So how the freak did Senku last 3-something-thousand years without just going apeshit crazy? I mean, Senku himself even said in the 3rd or 4th chapter that the only reason he was able to keep going was by keeping, his mind sharp and intact. Counting 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4. He was actually able to know, within a fair margin of error, exactly how much time had passed since he was frozen. That was his logic. That's how I kept myself going. But with the others, I mean, the muscle-bound idiot, of course, is like, I was thinking of my girl, the one I love, and yeah, honestly, that might have been enough for him. But the other people, the others with, less things, what the reporter girl, I mean, what was her big thing that kept her sane for 3,000 years, frozen in stone? Alright, sorry about that. Let's move on. So now they have to figure out, okay, so we got the science lab, and they're coming after us. What do we do now? And so Senku's brilliant plan is to make poop. Not the, yeah. Honestly, I feel like they could have just made it the old natural way, but they didn't want to be gross here, so like, here's how you make poop bombs. And a bit of sulfur to really cover up the smell, and they managed to convince all the guards, ew, it's pooping, it stinks, and they fled from it as good old Jen made a farting sound. And they're all celebrating, oh, the great escape was a total success, but I see a few issues with this. Namely, the fact that they now think there is a four-legged, giant, hairy, farting, shitting beast roaming all around the island that's going to kill them all in their sleep. I kind of feel like there's going to be like a massive hunt for this creature at some point. Hell, this creature, could arguably reproduce and become the biggest threat in the island. It could kill all of them. It could kill the master. The petrification beam won't work on it. So they're all basically screwed. I mean, at least that's what they should be thinking at this point. I mean, they might just argue, oh, it's probably vegetarian because it didn't try to eat any of us, but I'm almost certain there's going to be a massive hunt for this beast to kill it and prevent it from taking over the island somehow. So, yeah, interesting chapter. Love this final panel. The guys and Suka are celebrating while the girls, I mean, Suka's a girl, but whatever, are plugging their nose like, this is disgusting. I think I'd rather have died. So, interesting end. Anyway, now they have their team, plus Jinro, plus Suka. So, they're pretty much invincible at this point. So, next chapter, I guess, is going to be them making makeup. That was the whole reason they broke into the science lab. Again, this series has a tendency to really lose focus at some points, I gotta say. I mean, they're like, okay, we need to find this master of the island. And to do that, we need to get you into this harem. And to do that, we need to make you beautiful. And to do that, we need makeup. And to do that, we need the science lab. And to do that, we need to contact the people on board. And to do that, they need to do this. And now they've escaped, we can finally... What was it we were doing again? I've almost forgotten this whole thing is to find the source of petrification so they can freeze and then unfreeze their boxer friend. So yeah, next week's makeup. Making Kawaku all pretty and stuff. Which I'm glad Suka's going to be here for that, because I think that's going to be really funny. Alright, so let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Will they hunt this great beast, or will they just leave it be? Be sure to like, subscribe, and until next time, peace.